I know a hell of a lot more than the British public know. A hell of a lot more.
A week ago, my lawyer back home called me up and said 2 of your tweets are technically illegal. You could be arrested when you return. That's not a joke. They've been clearing out the prisons to put in people now for literally Facebook memes. There's someone in prison right now. They cleared out the prisons, by the way, and actual offenders, criminal, violent offenders. One person reoffended the day he left. There's one guy in prison for a Facebook meme for 3 months. There's one woman who's doing 2.5 years for a tweet, right? The free speech is in utter peril. It's a disgrace. It's not just England. It's the whole of Europe. It's unbelievably concerning.
Did that make any sense to anyone? Did anyone care? Is anyone at home sort of like cleaning a drain going, what's he on about? What's he on about? I got fucking shit all over my hands. Is that helpful to anyone? Oh dear.
On Southport, all I can say to you right now is I know a hell of a lot more than the British public know. A hell of a lot more. I've been completely silenced. I dared, the day after Southport, to do a video to say, can we please know who this man is? Was he known to the authorities? Why do I feel we're not being told the truth? The level of demonisation I came under for that from both front benches was astonishing. From media commentators, demonisation on a level that I'd never even experienced. Now I'm told by the Speaker of the House of Commons, I can't ask questions about it in the House of Commons. Parliamentary privilege is out of the window. Even rumours today that the court case, which is due in January, every effort is being made to defer it. Right? Yeah, this is what's going on. We are witnessing one of the biggest cover-ups we've ever seen in our lives. And I won't say any more than that. I genuinely would never wish to be in contempt of court. I have respect for our legal system. It's not perfect, but it's a damn sight better than most of the rest of the world.
It's a luxury. I think that's why historically that people don't realise this, that a lot of the great poets and novelists and painters, they were already rich. No one else could afford to ponce around walking through fucking daffodils. They had a job to do. They were fucking shoeing horses and making swords. Some ponce wandering through, going, I'll paint this tree. Good luck to you, mate. My family's dying of the plague. So yeah, it's a luxury to be able to sit and think and create. Yeah, and that's why I don't whinge. That's why I don't whinge. Because it's not real work. It's not dangerous. It's not saving lives. It's not securing a bunker. It's not freeing oppressed people. It's sitting and thinking, this would be a jolly good idea. I think I'll have a lie down. I've written a nice little joke. I think I'll have a lie down with a nice little beer. Fucking hell.
I don't agree with him about calling Zelensky a dictator, and I don't agree that it was Ukraine that started the war. You do, because you're Putin's little expettle.
You've got a lot of Ukrainian blood on your hands. You have lied about this war from the beginning.
Actually, Vladimir...
You have lied about the origin of this war, about the duration of this war, about the course of this war.
Nothing fills me with dread. Things going wrong, people letting you down, rules changing, things like that. Things that, because you want to control things. But the only thing that fills me with dread is taken out of context. People lying, people purposely, like I do fun things, you know. I'll do like frivolous radio shows. Now the reason I like doing them is because they haven't really got an angle. You can talk, you do the thing, you plug the... What's scary sometimes is if it's one of those posh, snidey papers, because the journalist can't just say, I had a lovely interview, and he talks a lot of sense. Anyway, watch his show. They can't, because that's not their job. Their job is to have an angle, sort of, because they're part of the creative world as well. So it's sort of about them, and that scares me because I don't know what they're going to say. I can't change. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like it's their opinion, so I can be honest and try and be funny, but they might not just like you. And if they don't like you, their job is to sort of infuse that into the interview. So that I always think, only because it takes the onus of why I'm doing it. I'm not doing it to be in the paper. I'm doing it to tell people that my show's on. So if they suddenly get on something and go off on one, and the headline is about... I remember I did a junket, like an hour's junket about a show, and then one of the journalists said, you've lost a bit of weight. I went, yeah, I lost about 20 pounds, right? That was it. After like 50... That was the headline. Ricky Gervais loses weight. Well, mention the fucking show. I haven't... So you always wonder what they're gonna, you can't say, listen, I'm here to plug a show. Just write about the fucking show. Because they need a fucking angle. So that's the only thing that sort of fills me with dread, really. And only written, because I know on a TV show, it's harder to get technical content, or a radio show, they don't have to, I told you that one that I did once, and the journalist, it was a phone interview, and she pretended she was there. She said she would describe my office, because there had been a photographer there, and describe my body language. And I wanted to go, you weren't even there. I mean, that's just lying, isn't it? That's just lying. So that, I think. But, who cares? And it was worse in the early days. Do you think it could ruin your career? Now you realise it can't, because more people are watching this than read papers. So, I've got a platform, and it's all good.
It's really come to something when, having spent a lifetime myself fighting against NATO and American wars, it's the Americans that are trying to stop the war, and Piers Morgan, Boris Johnson and Keir Starmer who are trying to keep it going.
I don't want to keep it going.
A lot of Ukrainian,
I don't want to keep it going.
You've got a lot of Ukrainian blood on your hands. You have lied about this war from the beginning.
Actually, Vladimir...
You have lied about the origin of this war, about the duration of this war, about the course of this war, and now, having caused you and your war party the death of 1 million Ukrainians while claiming to love Ukrainians, you're now calling for British lives to be lost.
What a load of absolute bullshit.
That constitutes close to a war crime. You're going to regret it when very soon Zelensky is sitting in a beachfront villa somewhere counting his ill-gotten gains, and all the secrets of the rampant corruption between the Democrats and the Zelensky regime begin to tumble out of the cupboard. This war did not begin 3 years ago. You very well know that it began in 2014. You very well know that it began with a coup against the elected president of Ukraine, backed by Victoria Nuland and the administration at that time, and supported by you. You very well know that the criminalization of the Russian language, which followed hard on the heels of that coup, was the proximate reason for an uprising in the east of the country amongst Russian-speaking, ethnically Russian people. You very well know that Zelensky and his predecessor rained down shot and shell on the people of East Ukraine, for 8 years before Putin intervened in 2022, and that 14,000 people, most of them women and children, were killed in that onslaught. You very well know that Zelensky was preparing for a final onslaught, a final solution. And while I'm on that subject, you're always telling us how much you love the Jews. You're supporting a regime which puts up statues to Nazi collaborators, to generals of the Galician division of the SS. You are supporting
Zelensky is Jewish,
a
you know that,
regime
right?
that
You know
heroizes.
Zelensky's Jewish, right? Do you?
But that's like saying there's no racism in America
Oh, I
because
see.
Obama.
So
because
so you're calling the Jewish leader
listen,
of Ukraine a Nazi.
listen.
Is that your position?
That's like saying there's no racism in America because Obama was briefly the president of the country. The entire western part of Ukraine played a decisive role in the mass murder of Jews and Poles and others in the Second World War. And now they are heroizing the heroes of the SS. Why doesn't Donald Trump agree with you?
Because he's wrong.
Well, you know, you have been up his ass all of these 2 decades.
Really?
You've kissed his feet.
Really?
You've licked his boots. You've fawned upon him.
Really?
You have been his super fan. And now, on this fundamental question of our age, he's entirely wrong. Here's everybody watching knows you are Trump's biggest ass
I like
kisser.
him. I like
Everybody
him.
watching
I like
knows
Donald
that.
Trump.
I know you like him.
I like
don't
him,
like him.
and on
You
many
like
things,
him.
on many
But
things,
on this, he's
I
wrong.
like him, and
the
on many things.
fundamental question.
Let me finish.
The biggest question
yeah.
in politics in the world today, he's got it completely wrong.
No, it is little expected.
Ukraine was the most corrupt country.
What, more
in
corrupt
Europe
than Russia?
More
corrupt than Russia?
It was designated by the Economist,
What about Putin?
by the FT,
What about Putin?
by everyone who knows
What
about
about
these
Putin?
things. I'll tell you what, your mate, Donald Trump, is going to open every book, every drawer, every filing cabinet, and you're going to be embarrassed.
You seem to handle your fame very well. It hasn't gone to your head, no. I was already annoying. You still care about others as much as you ever did, yeah. Who do you think handles their fame well? Who else? I don't know. Some people love it. I'm sort of better with it. I'm over it now. And also people, you know. And I never had it. I never really had it bad. When I first popped up, you know, there's a bit of a frenzy. Who is he? Where's he from? And, you know, after a big thing like the Golden Globes, you know, they come out of the woodwork again and ask questions. But most people know I'm not a pop star or a racing driver. Or, you know what I mean? I'm not glamorous for the papers. So, and I don't go to places where I'm going to be bothered. I do my thing, I do my work, and then I come home. So I'm sort of fine with it. I don't fear it as much. I'm more independent. Like in the early days, I hated doing all the interviews and papers, but I had to for them to watch my show. Now I don't need to do that. I just do things I like. I've got more viewers than newspapers, you know. So, but I'm pretty cool with it, and you know, and I haven't had a bad time like some people. Some people are slagged off all the time. You know, some people caught it, of course. I never did that thing where I said, make me famous, then you can go through my bins. So it's not been bad for me. Who else handles it? Well, I mean, there's people that seem to love it, love the atmosphere, love the game, the good and bad. Like Piers Morgan, he's good at it because I think he evolved doing that sort of thing. You know, he's a sort of a contrarian, I guess. And you know, you've got to know that some things he means and some things he doesn't. Some things he's trolling, like being furious about a vegan sausage roll, and then other things he means, like, you know, stuff. So, but I think he'd admit he's got to be a bit clickbaity. It's his living, and I think he handles it well. I think that he knows that, you know, he's got to live and die by the. If he slags people off, they're going to slag him off. So he's got to be ready, and all you do there is just not be a hypocrite. I think, you know, be fair. So I think he handles it well. Maybe he seems to. Maybe he goes home and the wall and says, "I said what? I don't know. You'd have to ask him." Bit of Steely Dan, Barrytown, off Pretzel Logic. Jane got me some original vinyl of Pretzel Logic for one of my birthday presents, so that's why I'm playing that. And that's what this is about. Not my birthday, because that was... I'm doing this to thank people for my presents. Because the Bollocks gang got together and above and beyond the Call of Duty, I mean, they shouldn't have done it at all, really. Or you, it's you I'm talking to. I do these things to thank you for stuff, and then you thank me for doing them. So, so this is sort of. I've got some questions, which I can't get to all the questions. Anyway, but I'm using this to thank people. So I'm going to get straight to it, right? So I've got loads of different boxes, all from the general Bollocks gang. Anyone just tuning in for the first time, what's the Bollocks gang, right? It's you lot. It's if you listen to this shit, you are one of the Bollocks gang. Happy birthday, you miserable little. So it's from the usual suspects: Bella, Freya, Gunnar, and Andy, Joey, Leopold and Loveday, Leslie, Mark, Ollie Pickle Fan Club, Ollie Afterlife, the old laughing lady, Otis the Parrot, Scarlett, Selena, Susie, Titch, Bestest, Vampire Squirrel, Welsh Felix. I mean, I'm going to be saying those names a lot today, but in that particular hall was a lovely book of languages, a collapsible bucket, because I'm going to end up in a bucket, obviously, and some lovely chill out aromatherapy stuff I think that's to stop me using bubble bath, which is brilliant. I've got some lovely vegan chocolates from melon, toffee and fudge. I would have eaten those immediately, but I was saving them to show you, to thank you. So, I'm going to forget some people. Oh, what's the big card? Hold on. Oh, God. One minute. Right. Oh, that wasn't the big card. I think that's Mal Toffee fudge. And the humans, Amy and Michael. What's this? This is from Susie Hope. Look at this lovely thing. Look. This is a thing with all the Bollocks gang in there. I mean, you can't see it. You can't appreciate how amazing this is. But it's a lovely book with everyone in it. Look at this. I mean, the effort. The Bollocks gang again. I mean, they're all in there basically. You could imagine. Just oh God. From Trey and Fur Angel, Susie Hope, sent by them. But this is all from the Bollocks gang. Look at this. Look what they did here. I mean, this is pretty incredible. Same lot, innit? The same dudes, the same gang. There they all are. Titch and Roops, Gunnar, Susie, Otis, Olympic, Miss Emma, Gordon, Ralph, Wilf and Leslie, Pax and Welsh Felix. If I've forgotten one of your names, you know I'm including you. But look, anyway, look at this. Look at these amazing things they have done. Nothing's as good if you don't share it. Little quote from Afterlife. And so beautifully done. Oh my God, I'm a very lucky boy. I can't get over it, how thoughtful this is. Should I ask a question as I'm going along to Ollie Comic Strip? If I had to lose one of the following things, the ability to enjoy the fun things in life, the ability to enjoy music, or the ability to enjoy food, including wine. Well, I couldn't not enjoy the fun things in life. That is what life's all about. Then music. I assume I can still eat food and drink wine, and it still does what I just won't enjoy it. I used to be like that anyway. I didn't really enjoy food. Till I was like 18, till I was in my 20s, I thought food was just giving you fuel for going out and having fun. So I'd do that. I'd lose the ability to enjoy food because I could still enjoy everything else in life. I'm putting these away carefully. Sorry, guys. I know this isn't as entertaining as usual, but I have got to thank anyone because I'm just over the moon. I'm blown away. No one else gets this. I always say that George Clooney doesn't get the abuse that I get, but then he doesn't get all the presents either. Right. Oh, and this is lovely as well. Again, I should have organised this, but this from Leopold and Loveday and obviously all the gang, and a couple of things from the guy who the Waltons was based on, and so it's great that you've remembered all the things that I've ever talked about and said. What else is in there? Something from my bunion, a bunion sleeve, some vitamin D, some orthopedic things. So good. Some catnip, some drugs for the cat. I've kept them away from her, but she knows something's going on because she kept sniffing around the box all the time. Put Charlotte's Web some shot glasses from Walton's Mountain. I mean, I'm sure I've forgotten something, but it's just amazing. So thank you to everyone, the whole Bollocks gang. I hope I've mentioned everyone's name once. And also got some balloons as well from Mel, Toffee and Fudge. So I'll ask some questions so we don't run out of time, shall I? Titch, did we really land on the moon? Why haven't we been back since? Because right, yes, we did. We landed on the moon. Why would they lie? Why would they fake that, Titch? Well, why didn't they just, if they were going to fake it, say we landed on Mars? We landed on the moon. I'm pretty sure of that. Why did we go back? Nothing there. Nothing there. That's my answer. Gunnar, you and David Bowie in Extras is such a momentous moment for TV. Looking back at your career, what accomplishment do you think? Do you still not believe you were part of? Well, that is up there, isn't it? Writing a song with your hero. Getting asked to write The Simpsons. Getting asked to do the Golden Globes. I think that might be it. I still think that might be it, though. writing a song with David Bowie. Yeah, surreal, isn't it? And then a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. That's mental. That's mad, isn't it? That's the first one to get that was Dean Martin. They must be running out of people. So we started with Dean Martin. Right, this year's there's no one left. Well, what about that fat bloke? Yeah, okay. Give one to him. Bella, I've been off my stick game recently, and I failed to find any really good ones worthy of being carried home. We know you like a good stick, so do you have any really good tips for finding really good sticks? Well, I mean, you've got to be on the lookout. And what I'd say is, don't just look at the stick as it is, look at the potential of the stick. So you might see a stick and go, oh, that's too big. Cut it in half, right? You'll go, oh, it's destroyed this and there's too much bark on it. Take the bark off, okay? So look at the potential, look within the stick. Like when Michelangelo saw a big lump of rock, he didn't go, that's boring, a big lump of rock. He saw David, didn't he? He thought, oh, I can make that into a man. Tiny little... That was his first thought, I think. He thought, well, look at this big rock. What are you doing? Making a man. Oh, right. What sort of man? Just a handsome man. A tiny little... Right? Okay. Michael, Mr. Michelangelo, have you got a little... No. I'm just this man. So look at the potential of the stick, Bella. Joey, I'm 9, so in human years, I'm not far off 60. Who do you think looks best for their age? So there's a beautiful picture of Joey and a bath pic of me, right? So I know what he's done there. He's tried to suggest that he looks better, but he's not in the bath. So I don't think he'd look his best if he was in the bath. I saw Ollie fall in the bath once, right? When she was a little kitten, I was in the bath, and she got up to have a look and slipped, and it was like a fucking cartoon. She slipped in the water and went like that, and she was out. And then it was in the corner, like looking at me, and she looked like a little fucking drowned rat. So, Joey, I mean, you've got a picture of yourself looking great there, but I don't think you'd look so good if you fell in the bath, is what I'm saying. Dougal. Bonjour, monsieur. Bonjour, monsieur Ricky. You'll awaken to discover you have been wrongfully convicted of a crime. On the way to jail, what story would you invent to tell the other inmates to make you look tough and ensure you don't fear dropping the soap in the shower? I just wouldn't shower. I just stink. Make sure no one will come. Like I've got to worry now about people coming near me in prison. I think I'm pretty safe now. Like they all come out and they go, "Oh, some new place." I go, "Oh, fucking hell! No, you're all right, mate. You're safe." So what would I do? Well, hold on. I'm assuming. But if I was wrongfully convicted of something, they go, hear about Ricky Gervais, he got one. Could I make something up? I'm assuming I'm not, they don't know who I am. Like, I'm not famous, they don't know who I am, I'm just a bloke. What would I do if I was just a bloke? I'd say I was a hitman for the mafia. Because that's a double whammy, isn't it? Not only do I say I'm connected, but I'm like, I'm scary even within the mob, and they deem me. I just say, yeah, I was a hitman. I can't think of a scarier thing to say. So yeah, Dougal, stupid question. Me going to jail for a crime I didn't commit. Scarlett, it must be amazing editing Afterlife 3, bringing the story to life with all the amazing characters, especially Auntie the dog, who plays Brandy. Do you have a favourite part of the editing process? Well, yeah. Auntie is involved in one of them. I've done a lovely little thing, a little special tribute within the thing to Auntie. No spoilers. I think my favourite part of the edit is finally putting the music on and making everything fit in, because it's sort of, it's chicken and egg. So you plan it for a song and you do it, then you put the song on, then you have to make it fit, and back and forth. You might have to edit the music or edit the thing. So I'd say it's putting the music on. It just elevates it. Tony, I just accidentally hit and hurt my elbow walking around the house, then instantly called the door frame as if it was its fault. Do you do things like that? Also, do you think you'll be an even bigger hypochondriac? I don't think so. I don't think I could get worse. In fact, I think I'm getting better, because even though I'm closer to death, it's fairer. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I was 18 and I went to the doctor, I thought, I'm gonna. I go, this is so unfair. But now I'm going, you know what I mean? I'm not so angry at the cosmos. So, yeah. Do I bump? No, if I bump into someone, or the first thing I think of is, whose fault is that? I'd love to blame someone. So I'd love someone. It's usually me. Like, who left that fucking cupboard? It was me. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you trip on the pavement, whose fucking fault is that? Council. It's never mine. So no, I don't blame the inanimate object. But if it's someone's fault, it instantly annoys me. Even the weather. I think, who can I blame about the fucking weather? Is there anyone who told me not to bring out an umbrella? Oh dear. Daniel, I know you're getting old now. Brilliant. What do you think you'll do next after Supernature Tour is finished? More stand-up, TV or film? Definitely more stand-up. I can't wait to finish this one, because it, with a pandemic and getting that. And Netflix already bought the next one. I can't wait to do that, because every time I think I can be even braver and, So definitely stand-up. In fact, someone asked me, I don't think we'd get to it, but someone asked me if I had to give one thing up, or if I could only do one thing out of writing, directing, acting and stand-up, what would it be? It would be stand-up, because it's all of them. So definitely, I want to do another stand-up. I think I want to do stand-up. It's the standing up bit that's the problem now. I've even thought that maybe my next stand-up tour I could sit down. I don't think people would care. I'm not Lee Evans. I don't jump around. I don't do backflips or dance or sing a song. So I could just come out, say thanks very much, and sit down in a nice armchair. I mean, Dave Allen used to sit down. Yeah, he was a stool and he was upright. But I might fall asleep, particularly if I'm drinking. Because when I drink and I'm standing up, you sort of, you're sweating it out and stuff. If I was sitting in a chair, I think I'd drink more. And then, like, fucking granddad from only foot. What if it was a commode? So I come out, please welcome to the stage, Ricky Gervais. I come out maybe in a mobility thing. I come out like that, and that maybe just stay on that, or it just sort of tips me into an armchair, and that armchair is also a commode. So I could be sort of telling jokes and having a little wee or something and a drink. So I wouldn't have to worry about, because sometimes on stage I think, I better not drink too much, because I've got to jump in the car and I might need a wee. Whereas if I was doing stand-up and drinking and weeing, I mean, that is the best worlds for me. You got to have an ambition, haven't you? So definitely more stand-up. Definitely more. I want to do another series. I love TV. I thought I had to drop one of that. The least likely is more film, because films are what they used to be, and you put all you film for like 8 weeks, and it's just an hour and a half. Whereas TV, you can. It's different. But out of all those, definitely more stand-up. Probably more TV. Louise, hi Ricky. I'd like to ask you about the Supernature tour. There were some very controversial topics discussed in the warm-ups. Will everything make it into the proper shows, and can Netflix choose or remove sections, or do they have to show the whole thing? Well, I hope they make it. The reason they wouldn't make it is because they're not good enough, or it's too long. Like, Humanity was 86 minutes long live, and I had to cut it down to between 60 and 70, and they let me have it at 76. So it was already longer than specials are meant to be, and I cut 10 minutes. So I don't think Netflix would ever make me cut anything unless I was breaking some sort of broadcast law, which I don't. I don't think they do it because they're scared of controversy or getting cancelled. And sometimes I lose stuff because I've already done a joke about that thing, or it's too long. There's some routines that are fun, but I haven't worked out how long they are versus how funny the punchline is. So do you know what I mean? So you just want the best, tightest, most laughs. Also, I want a bit of a narrative. I don't just want a string of the funniest bits, because I want people to go away with, that whole hour felt like something. Do you know what I mean? You want it to be more than the sum of its parts. So all those things determine how long it is, what goes and what stays. But Netflix have never told me, they've never said you've got to take that joke out because it's too dangerous or whatever. That's never happened. But I'll take so if it's not. It's just if it doesn't feel right. Bird on a mission. I hope we had a fantastic birthday. My question is, are we born with empathy, or do we learn it from our parents, peers? And why do some people have none? Could it be an abnormality in the brain? Well, I think it is, because I think there's some fetal development. Like if the mother's like an alcoholic or a drug addict, it can affect the development of the kid's brain, and they can be born without sort of empathy. So it's definitely neurological as well. Having said that, everything being equal, and we're all born the same, you certainly learn kindness as well, or the opposite. So I think it's a bit of both. But I'll ask Sam Harris that on my next phone call. Bird on a mission. Oh no, that was Bird on a mission. This is Leopold and Loveday. Why does the way we perceive time change as we age, and the way we experience the passage of time? Is it the same for animals? No, I don't think animals think. I've only got a couple of years left, like we do. Well, I suppose time is relative. Time is relative, isn't it? If you're doing something you hate, pain that lasts for a couple of seconds feels like fucking hell ages, and doing something you enjoy is over in no time at all, isn't it? I suppose also, like now, well, for everyone, but wherever you are in life, each day is a higher percentage of the rest of your life that you've got left, isn't it? Soon, one day, that day is going to be 100% of what I've got left. And working backwards. And we don't know what that is. We don't know what percentage we've got left. So, we better enjoy it and be kind to each other, like you lot are to me. What a very lucky boy I am. Well, I hope I've mentioned everyone at least once. I think I've shown the majority of all the gifts. I've answered most of the questions from the gang. Thanks again. It was, I think, the best birthday ever. Don't do it again, though. That was for my 60th. Don't spend your money on me anymore. You can spend it on things like this, for example, where all the proceeds of this book, and it's brilliant, go to All Dogs Matter. And this book, I think, is brilliant. It's the questions that Bella asked me, and I answered over the time here. There's little Pickle. Ollie's in there. And look, there's me and Bella collecting sticks. I'm going to be horrified if I've forgotten someone. But you know I'm thinking of you, whoever you are. If your name wasn't called out on any of these things, I have seen your name, and I really appreciate it. So, especially whoever called me a miserable. Thanks, gang. What a joy. So, yeah, thanks for following. Buy Question Time. Buy a little Ricky bag from All Dogs Matter. Be nice to animals. Tatty bye, everyone. Tatty bye.
Right, the interview. Let's see what we've got here.
That was the first bit I ever wrote for The Office. It was a sketch. Because it started off as a little character I had. It was a bit sort of creepier and more intense, and I thought there'd be too much when it came to it. The important thing I wanted to be was just laughing at him being just desperate for attention. Brent is he's a Frankenstein of people I sort of knew growing up.
David Brent is refreshingly laid back for a man with such responsibility.
Yeah, can you just answer in your own words and I'll work it out later.
Yeah. And that's why he's sort of real, and I think that's why people identify with him, because people say, oh, I've had a boss like that, or I'm like that, because he is sort of an everyman, and every guy wants to sort of be loved and wants to have fun at work. And Gareth is based on a guy I went to school with when I was 14. That's why he acts like an adolescent.
What are you doing?
What?
Gareth, what are you doing?
I'm just pushing the stuff off my desk. I can't concentrate.
What's on your desk?
It's all overlapping. It's all coming over the edge here.
Particularly something like The Office, realism was the single most important thing about it. So it resonated. I worked in an office for 10 years, and so it was good to get the detail right. But it still comes down to character. It comes down to people recognising things in people. And I think most people identified with Tim because he was a normal guy looking at this chaos and looking down the lens. Like to people, save me. And then all the madness. If it's based in reality, you can get away with some madness.
Because they can sometimes get a little bit...
Well, I don't know. Maybe special occasions the odd one, but it's got an afterlife. So I don't want to do too much. Also because I deal in realism and I play my age and I reflect that, I think it would be too sad to see David Brent patting around at 60. Do you know what I mean? It would just be too tragic. I think we won't be able to laugh anymore. We'd just feel... I mean, it's already uncomfortable.
it's incredible. Someone does this office quiz, and Ewan went to it, and he said the questions were so hard, and people were getting them right. What's the time on according to Accurist? And they knew it. No, I've got a sense of humour, but that, you know, that was offensive towards women, and, you know, to be honest, I can't tolerate it. I'm going to have to pass on.
And sponsored by Accurist will be 4:21 and 40 seconds.
Pathetic.
Is it? I mean, I'm very flattered that people watch it that many times.